Spoiler warning for episodes 1 to 4 of Higurashi Naku Koro ni Go, all throughout this video. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello everybody, my name's Link, here to talk about my first impression of a fall 2020 anime. New kid Keiichi Maebara is settling into his new home of peaceful Hinamizawa village. Making quick friends with the girls from his school, he's arrived in time for the big festival of the year. But something about this isolated town seems off, and his feelings of dread continues to grow, with a gnawing fear that he's right. What dark secrets could this small community be hiding? Not going to lie, I feel like I've committed some sort of anime sin by admitting that I haven't watched the original Higurashi, especially with my proclamation of love for the few good horror in the anime medium. But if I recall correctly, it's because Higurashi was passed around as the cute girls do murder anime. Like no one even bothered to hide under a spoiler warning that these girls are going to straight up murder you in first person perspective. And to me at the time, I thought that was kinda lame, because I had thought that was the entire twist of it. That you're supposed to get attached to all of them, and then sit there horrified as things just start to unravel into complete chaos. So I thought that the genuine experience for it was like a blind playthrough of Doki Doki Literature Club, which I'm pretty sure is based off, or at least took some inspiration from Higurashi. And with the spoilers of it just out there, it kinda lost its shock factor. I let it sit there for a while in disappointment, but eventually as the years roll by, and I end up not caring anymore, it was also just the amount of time for the Higurashi art style by Studio Dean to show just how not well it aged. It was at the point where I had to gather all my willpower to sit for this ancient mess, and I just never did. So I was really thankful to find out that they were going to go for a remake, as that seems to be the new trend nowadays. Instead of, you know, making new anime. Yes, I'm sorry for the shade. I know in some cases that remaking a series is needed due to some kind of dumb practices early 2000s had, but all of its fillers and anime original endings, I'm still even waiting for a remake of the Pandora Hearts anime. And it's not like we're lacking new anime every season, but it's still a bit surreal that whole series remakes are being more common. A mountain started with a rock, I'm telling you. Well, with that out of the way, my experience with Higurashi is so far very confused. Since this is an experience from someone who hasn't watched the original, I don't know if their star setup of just thrusting you into the fray and then explaining later is actually what they're going for. Not saying I have anything against that style of storytelling, of course. I have some favorite shows that use it to their advantage. But at the same time, there's like a nagging voice in my head wondering, am I already supposed to know this or is it part of the mystery? Was this explained in the original? And I only find myself more confused with the videos appearing in my recommended if this is supposed to be a sequel or a remake, sending me even more mixed signals. I know it's kinda dumb, but I can't tell my anxious AF brain to stop wondering if I'm watching this the right way, compared to the others who've watched the original. I feel like it's being inclusive at least. There's an effort to introduce us to the world and to the characters, thanks to them taking full advantage of the time loop thing, which helps them seamlessly do some exposition. But also on the same note, they really didn't hold back with that ending, huh? I really wasn't expecting anything like some dysfunctional families happening here, and seeing them in the first episode definitely shocked me. But also some sense of disappointment as well because it's like like the worst kind of spoiler. I don't really mind being spoiled, but at least I want some context for it. If you're going to spoil me, at least go all the way. What they basically did is show me the worst of their situation and then give me no explanation whatsoever. So I'm guessing the orange haired girl has a scumbag dad. Who is that dad? Is it her biological dad? Or is it a stepdad? These things are important to me. I just can't believe the show itself will spoil me. So here's where I'm not sure if I should even be watching this. Then spoiling a good chunk of the story with admittedly beautifully eerie images clearly serves for the older fans, and is rather unfriendly to new viewers. But they also did that whole setup with the trash dump and the story of the dismembered person to set the stage for new viewers. So far, for the stories and scenario side, I've just been vibing, taking everything in stride, and at the same time, I think the story just crossed its first crescendo with its first loop. And like the story build I mentioned before, it's not giving a whole lot away in terms of them ever getting to the bottom of the mystery. I feel like the easy and boring answer to that is that I hope the story gets resolved. But on how, I don't know. Based on what I've gathered through osmosis, is that the original series by Dean ended like a closed book, a true actual ending whether it was happy or not. And the fact that that one lolly was pretty distressed to fall back into another loop means that whatever evil there was wasn't actually defeated. Anyway, I just really hope that this anime could deliver on the experience and horror of what the franchise was known and loved for. Because I really don't want to have to watch the 2006 anime. Please don't make me. I already said I'm a visual consumer as well. I can't watch that with a straight face and not wanting to will my soul from my body. And I feel like that the art style would really distract me from the story and the horror it's trying to convey. And that's it for this one, everybody. Sorry if the majority of this video is just a lot of me being confused. It's really weird for me too because Higurashi is in that weird limbo of mystery for me where I know what's happening but also not really. You're all welcome to school me on Higurashi and how I'm supposed to consume it down in the comments below. I'd appreciate it actually. You can check out more of me giving my first impressions on more fall 2020 anime with this playlist. Or you can check out my other series where I recommend and review anime you might not have heard of. Are they hidden gems or do they deserve to fall into obscurity? Let's find out together. And as always, don't forget to leave a thumbs up if you liked the video and consider subscribing for all things read and anime. Bye bye!